This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rajni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I would like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipathy, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajini. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lakshmi Pati. I will be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Dr. C. Subesh Ranjith Kumar, the Associate Professor of Horticulture from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Periyakulam, Theni District, Tamil Nadu. Dr. Subesh Ranjith Kumar will be speaking on the topic Commercial Floriculture and its Prospects. I now request the speaker to begin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are quite audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yes. So, on behalf of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, so I thank the agricultureinformation.com for providing me an opportunity to float my ideas on commercial floriculture and its prospects. And having experienced in floriculture sector as an academician and specialized in floriculture and landscaping in my doctorate degree at TNAU. And with the experience I gathered and with the discussion I made with the stakeholders involved in floriculture right now in Indian context and in global level, I'm just making this presentation on commercial floriculture and its prospects. As everyone knows, floriculture is a very big business across the globe. Without flowers, no functions or no ceremony happened even in any nook and corner of the global world. So India is very specific in terms of floriculture sector, and we have been merged with the flowers all along and see the happiness in flowers as always. But here, my concern about this topic is, when I have gone through the agricultureinformation.com, I have seen people are discussing many topics related to business. So I just augmented my presentation into a commercial floriculture. Means commercial itself, it says it's a business point of view. And we in Horticulture College and Research Institute, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Periyakulam, we have an incubation forum wherein we support people, those who are into venture with the new ideas in any domains of agriculture. Here, floriculture is one of the greatest sectors, which I mean to say people can come, especially the youngsters can come and get the idea about floriculture and they can involve in floriculture business, because this is a, in Indian context, if you see the agriculture economy, this floriculture is giving a very big revenue. And my presentation will be focused on that and prospects. Prospects, it's what are the possibilities or what are the things we could able to develop through this commercial floriculture, and how India could able to withstand or India could able to take a lead in commercial floriculture in near future. So my presentation will be in this way, and I'll be making the presentation for 30 minutes, and I request the people, those who are listening to this particular online webinar, can able to post the question also, so that I can talk to them. This is a very close group of minimum people, and I understood that those who are really venturing into floriculture and those who are interested in floriculture, they are joining with this program, and many are also they are joining in live through that link which we have provided through the agricultureinformation.com. So for all the participants, those who join through this platform, I welcome you all for my talk on commercial floriculture and its prospects. So it's a flower circus. Whenever we go to circus, we enjoy that. We see whenever good things are happen, we enjoy it. Whenever people are moving here and there in making another kind of play and everything, we enjoy it. Likewise, floriculture is one sector where people can go up to the height and they'll come down because of price fluctuation, seasons, and many things which revolve around that business. Especially when you talk about floriculture, we used to term it as loose flowers, cut flowers, fillers, cut foliage, and pot foliage. Loose flowers means whatever the flowers, we use it for garland making, we use it for flower strings that are called loose flowers. Cut flowers means the recent term everyone knows about cut flowers. Earlier it was only meant for bouquet. Now these flowers have been a part of all wedding functions and other ceremonies. Even in temples right now, they have taken up the traditional loose flower arrangement. They have gone into cut flowers. And up to this recent election in Tamil Nadu, I understood that these cut flowers are having a very big value in business. And this is another category of the flowers. Third one is the fillers. Filler means whenever we arrange the flower arrangement, we want to fill it with some kind of a small leaf-like structure or small flower-like structure, which is very thin stem. It could add elegance and beauty to the arrangement. Especially in flower arrangement, fillers plays a major role, and there is a special industry is coming upon across the globe, especially for the fillers. And farmers are also started venturing into the fillers last 10 years back. I understood that Bangalore, one of the key cities, and nearby Bangalore and Hosur area, fillers are exceptionally grown well for the particular purpose of making the flower arrangement and its related thing. Then the fourth one is cut foliage. India is blessed with varied climatic conditions, and cut foliage is one of the key sectors wherein the fillers could also be a foliage. Leaves could be able to arrange in between the flowers, and that will add an extra beauty to that, and it could be also used in bouquet also. So that is another category called cut foliage. Then the last one is part foliage. This is also a big sector which is coming up right now in India, and this is a very common thing in European countries, in American countries, wherein foliage of shorter size. Foliage means it's a leaf plant. That's all. It will not able to flower. So it is meant for leaf purpose, and it will be grown and it will be gifted, and it will also use for arrangement. So these things happen to be in a part of a commercial floriculture. One is loose flowers, cut flowers, fillers, cut foliage, and pot foliage. So why I am terming that as a flower circus? When you take the Indian context of floriculture, according to the International Market Analysis Research Consultative Group, by its recent data, it is understood that you can see the value of the money revolves around that business of 18 crores around of Indian money. That was in 2019. But after that, there was a problem in COVID. The COVID crunch plays a major role, and it has made a big restrictions in social gathering, in ceremonial activities, religious activities, arrangements in hotels and corporates. And there is a big crunch happened during the COVID, and there is a stagnation of flowers, both in loose flowers and cut flowers. However, there is a big prediction happened by this IMRC, wherein it will be up to 55 crore rupees of Indian money in 2025. And Indian floriculture sector is just growing by 25% almost. It is looking like a very promising business. In 2000, when I have started my PhD work in floriculture in cut chrysanthemum, it was in very nascent stage. Now 2 decades gone, and in the Indian context, this has been spread across in many parts. And now the real trend is how to convert all this floriculture concept into a real business. So that is the major thing which I'll be dealing in this particular talk. So I may not able to connect with the basics of production and other things, which is very common, and you can refer to any sites of the agriculture universities wherein you can get information, and you can also contact us regarding the production aspect. What I'm going to handle is the business point of view, how these flowers could be converted into a business mission, and what is happening in the real business of Indian floriculture. That I'll be discussing. In spite of a quite big advantage in floriculture sector, our contribution to the global percentage of flower is only 1.1%. That is from India. Here it is less than 1%. It is happy that 1.1% has come, and definitely it will be a big thing going to happen in future, where this industry is having very promising sector. And on the left side of the slide, you can find Government of India policies. That is a concept called high value crop diversification. Now, government of India is looking for tripling the income of the farmers, and this is one of the key sectors wherein people could be able to develop their farm revenues and business through the high value crop diversification. I think someone, those who not mute your mic, please mute your mic. I'm getting disturbed with some of the voices. Please. Yeah, thank you. And in Government of India policies, in the recent policy, Niti Aayog says going with high value crop diversification will support the farmers a lot and the related business also. So, um, my suggestion to the people, those who are into floriculture or interested to take about floriculture, the there is a big promising aspect is waiting for you if you are really venture in this floriculture concept. So coming to loose flowers, I was just mentioning about what is a loose flower. Loose flower is meant for garland making, flower strings and everything. It is totally connected with our traditional way of living. Right now, every nook and corner of Tamil Nadu or in India, if you see, the traditional growing of loose flowers is very common, and people are recent changes in modernization of these traditional growing is we have gone with precision horticultural practices like drip irrigation and post harvest handling. So that is a key sector which we are making it in the traditional growing. And likewise in area and volume, I'll be explaining in the next slide about the states which involved in loose flower production and varieties. See, whenever we want to grow the flowers, we want to get the planting materials. So many key varieties which is giving good yield have been released through the ICAR institutes and the state agriculture universities of India. So thanks to the hard work put by the scientists from the scientific domain of national and state level, uh, the in loose flowers, we are concentrating on the varieties developed in India for the betterment of the flowers. And especially our crop production technology for all the crops have been standardized to provide the high yield. And another setback in this loose flower technology, I mean the loose flower thing is, till now it is in the open market and there is a big problem happened in the post harvest handling of the flowers. So there is no proper organized market for loose flowers. However, the areas which are specialized for the loose flowers having their own market potential. But my point here is in nearby period we must have an organized open market to the global standards so that the profit from the loose flowers, because every farmer, those who are involved in loose flowers, could be able to make a good yield. But what happens to the business revolves around that. How long they could able to transport the flowers? So that is a big question mark revolves. They're just pushing the flowers to the nearby market and getting the money. But till now, the people in India and ethnic Indians settled abroad, they are looking for these rose flowers, especially if we talk about jasmine. I have a set of flowers which is having a very commercial value in those flowers: rose, jasmine, chrysanthemum, tuberose, marigold, chrysanthera, ixora, and celosia. So this jasmine, in the recent times, the last 5 to 7 years, have picked up a very big thing that it is being transported to many of the key countries where ethnic Indians are settled. It has been transported to Singapore, Malaysia, US, UK, and Middle East countries where our people are looking for jasmine. Okay, so here in a matter of a day or 2 days time, the jasmine flowers which are picked from the farmers field in and around the jasmine growing areas of Tamil Nadu, it's been made into garland or made into strings and it's been transported to the different countries. Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, the Department of Floriculture Landscaping, during the able guidance of leadership of Dr. Jawaharlal, the then professor and head of floriculture, they have developed technology under the National Agriculture Innovation Project for this particular jasmine with the help of some entrepreneurs. And that particular project has taken up a very big leap in the Indian Tamil Nadu market for the jasmine producers. Now, jasmine growers could be able to sell the produce across the globe. Earlier, jasmine is only meant for scent and other things. So the species which were taken from jasmine were exported for that purpose. Now the flower itself being transported across the globe. And likewise, chrysanthemum is also being transported. for a domestic transport. Tuberose and marigold is having very big commercial potential recent times because of the xanthophyll content and thanks to the NIP scheme of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. So that has also taken up a big support for the farmers involved in the business. Apart from that, the loose flowers, these are having a steady income given to the farmers, and the production is also getting momentum, and there is no big issues happened in loose flowers. But the issue right now is how to increase the farm revenue or how to increase the production in flower cultivation. That is a big concept called the cut flowers. So before that, if you take about the loose flowers market, the dotted points of Indian subcontinent are very much blessed with the growing of these loose flowers. And in the left side corner of the slide, I have put Gazipur of New Delhi, then Dadar market of Mumbai, then Huvina market of Bengaluru, then Dal Lake of Kashmir, then Mulik Ghat of Calcutta, then Tovale market of Tamil Nadu. These are some of the key markets in loose flowers where the deciding price for loose flower is picking up. For example, if I say the jasmine flowers, because of its uh, need during the particular festival times, last December, I have seen in the newspaper, it has gone up to 4,000 rupees per kg. You see, that is not a proper season for jasmine, but farmers could be able to manage to bring flowers in jasmine through proper cultivation practices. They could able to make it in a very big market. And likewise, the greenhouse technology for jasminum sambak growing, especially for Gundumali, that is also coming up, which has given a promise of bringing the off-season flower in jasmine. So loose flowers based on the respective demand, it has a very big value in the commercial market, and it has been a steady income for the farmers. However, the big approach has been coming to the cut flowers. Cut flowers are the recent introduction to the Indian market, but way back of 2 decades, and we have seen Dutch roses. Now Valentine's Day has brought a big impact of this cut flower industry, especially when rose has been introduced in Pune and the area around Hosur and Bangalore. Earlier the days were very hectic. People were afraid of taking that because it involves a big venture or money. Nowadays, everyone is looking for those roses, and these roses are now very common to the market. Likewise, cut chrysanthemum, which is especially involves a day and night climatic change pattern. I mean the controlling system of diurnal and other things. Then carnation. Now Ooty, when you say about Ooty, they will tell about tea. Now, when you go and talk in Ooty, they will tell another crop called carnation. Likewise, in Himachal Pradesh also, the carnation has come up very well. So carnation is another flower, which is a very common flower in the recent arrangements. And gerbera, everyone knows it looks like a small sunflower. Then liliums. So the liliums is one such concept of a bulbous plants wherein the other plant materials are we are bringing from Netherlands, and it has been grown in the Ooty Hills. I mean the Nilgiris, and that has come up very good in the entire India. Ooty Niliums are very good. Then gladiolus is one such crop. When the other crops are coming under the greenhouse or in protected structures like shade net or polyhouse, gladiolus is one such cut flower where it can come up very well in the open conditions also. Then anthurium, orchids, lisianthus, fillers, and foliages, which I have discussed. So coming to the next point of greenhouse growing, there are big challenges in greenhouse growing because the initial investment is high, and now a lot of companies are coming up. If you see the Floriculture Today magazine, wherein you can find all the advertisements related to cut flowers are coming, and allied sectors which were involved in irrigation, fertilizers, then transport, then post-harvest handling, packaging machines, and other things. So greenhouse growing cut um, concepts advertisements are coming in the Floriculture Today magazine, and you can also browse in floridaily.com. So these two content will provide you many more information where to get it, who are all to connect with for this particular business. And in area of volume, when you say about cut flowers, it's bigger when compared with the traditional flowers. But here, the new varieties are the trending. As like our mobile phones, every year there is a new introduction. And when you use an old phone, people will not look for you. When they have a good phone, new model phones, they feel that they are so alike. So likewise in cut flowers, this is a either this is a fortunate thing or a curse, we don't know. But the problem here is whenever in the market new varieties have been introduced, we have to depend upon the companies, I mean the breeders or the companies those are providing this plant. They'll be providing only the that variety. They have paid the royalty and they have brought the material here and they have multiplied and they will supply to the farms. Again, for the next season, they have also go for the same company to get the variety, I mean the planting material again. So every time it is a trending, and that's why no universities almost in India, especially in they are breeding for cut flowers means whenever they breed for cut flowers, when it come to the market, another variety would have been replaced that particular variety. So as like loose flowers, cut flowers could not able to depend upon the Indian uh, varieties, and it will be introduced by new varieties, and the demand for the varieties are also very common in abroad. So that reason, countries involved in growing cut flowers, they will raise the crop and they will sell the flowers to the common place where in Netherlands that I'll be discussing you. So these new variety flower crops will be sold mostly for export market, and right now the domestic export is also getting very good momentum in India. And post harvest technology has been finalized for cutpers also. And here also the post harvest handling is a big issue. I was discussing with one Mr. Kalai Selvan sir from Singapore. He was the person who has shown interest some 20 years back when he introduced some of the good concepts of cut flowers in Indian market. I mean in India, especially in South Indian cut flower growing regions. And he was mentioning that our farmers are good in growing the flowers. We could able to manage it. But the clean problem here is the post harvest handling, wherein the China, European countries, Kenya, Ecuador, Colombia, these countries are very good in post harvest handling and they are able to get good money from that. But here in India, the post harvest handling is very poor. He was mentioning about that and he has put his regret also to me. So we have to train our farmers, those who are involved in the cut flowers, in that way so that our people could also able to manage that. Then domestic and international export, this is also a big thing, wherein when you are looking for export, we have to place for the shipment, cargo, we have to pay for the tax and the procedures involved in that. Till now, India is not up to the level to handle these kind of issues when compared with the international flower growing countries. But however, we are also making some of the good attempts in that, and there has to be some phenomenal change to be happen with the support of government in this export sectors also in cut flowers. So apart from those cut flowers, these are the flowers which are having good demand uh, in the international market, especially anemones, peonies, helleborus, trachelium, blueperum, viburnum, syringa, hyacinth, French tulip, frill tulip, parrot tulip, brown tulip, phalaenopsis orchid, delphiniums, hydrangea. See, recently I have seen the photographs of the flower arrangement made in Kohli's wedding, and Virat Kohli's wedding has shown a big exhibition of flower arrangement. I was wondering where they got the flowers. Most of them are exotic flowers from different countries. Maybe many group of that flowers contains in these colors, and delphiniums were the major say during his wedding program. So there is a big demand for these exotics in India. It's been imported, and many of our people may not know about these exotic flowers, and we have to get equipped with that. And there are another important thing is there are a lot of possibilities to bring this kind of flower cultivation, exotic flower cultivation also in India, because our India is blessed with all kind of climatic conditions to grow this cut flowers. And the near demand flowers, that is ilex berry, wax flower, then red color rose, tulip and carnation, which are a very good demand every time in Valentine's Day. Then yellow and pulp, yellow and pulp flowers. Okay, so these flowers, based on the conditions and need, there is a great demand always for this flower. For example, when Easter is approached, when the recent Easter times and other thing, white and yellow flower has a major say. Then we have a demand for flowers for different occasions like Mother's Day, then All Saints Day. Starting from All Saints Day, that starts from November 2nd. till they complete the entire up to Christmas. Maybe these occasions in different countries, the requirement of flowers is always the maximum. So these flowers, based on the color, based on the demand, it is bringing a big revenue to the farmers in India and in abroad. Why these cultivations are mostly happened in some of the equatorial regions? This I have just gone through the science behind that. When you say about the red more countries are all in the equatorial line, and this equatorial line wherein the places in equatorial line wherein if it is having a high altitude region are good for growing cut flowers, and especially Colombia, Ecuador, Colombia, then coming to here, Kenya, then the Cameroon Islands of Malaysia and other things. These places are very, very, very important in the flower growing, and that plays a major role. And especially from India also, these flowers are being transported or exported to the Netherlands, where in the Royal Flora Auction House, if you browse and see the Netherlands Flower Auction Center at Alsmeer, okay, Royal Flora Holland Auction House in Netherlands. This particular Netherlands auction market or the Netherlands has brought a major demand for the cut flowers, and wherever the cut flowers are being grown, and it has been taken to from different continents. It's a flowers a shuttle between the continents in the breathtaking time. In a matter of a day, it reaches here, and from there it is been retailed or as a wholesale to every nook and corners of the world. For if it's Valentine, roses from these countries will be moving to Netherlands, and from again it will move to all the countries before the Valentine's Day comes. So this is how Netherlands is a major key country which is operating the entire cut flower market across the globe, and more than 50% of the share of floriculture production is also from Netherlands. Then follows by Kenya, Ecuador, Colombia, Israel is also a major part in that. So this is a scenario where the global climate is supporting the flower auction. Whenever I say these equatorial highlands, wherein there will be a hot sun over that, and in the evening they will have a 4 o'clock rain, conventional rain, wherein the night temperature will come down. This diurnal variation, that is the difference between day and night temperature, favors the growing of cut flowers in protected cultivation and in open. So that suppose to be the major thing for these places or the key countries or a competitive countries for flower growing across the globe. And when it comes to India, there are few pockets which supports the flower growing. Tamil Nadu, we can grow for gerbera, carnation, liliums, rose. Then Karnataka, then Kerala for anthurium orchids. Then Maharashtra, that Mahabaleshwar plateau does, but that particular region, that area is very well blessed with growing of different kind of cut flowers than Delhi, Haryana, Sikkim, and West Bengal. So these places is a very big uh, area for growing cut flowers, and since its introduction, these farmers are making it through protected structures. And when you see about the big events, Mumbai, Punjab, Delhi, Kerala, Mumbai, Punjab, Delhi, and Kerala, these states are looking as a big market, either through the domestic production or through the imported flowers. There is a great demand for flowers for different occasions. And when I discuss with people, those who are involved in that flower business, they say, so these 4 states are very promising for our business, and the costing and the people could be able to spend to the any amount for their flower arrangement. So these 4 states are sharing the major part, whatever the imported flowers are coming into the Indian subcontinent. Then coming to the consumption pattern and the consumer segment, that depends. See, I was mentioning about the varieties in cut flowers, wherein we have to depend upon the company to see that. So varieties, colors, size, stem length, volume, availability, shelf life. See, varieties in the sense, for example, there is one rose called Taj Mahal rose. Taj Mahal rose is red in color, and that particular variety is in a great demand in international market during Valentine's Day, and we are blessed to grow that particular variety in the Hosur and Earbelt area. And one of my good friends and the director of NHP, Mr. Shiva Prasad, when I discussed with him, he was telling that this time it has a good market, sir, but because of the COVID and the introduction of the plastic flowers into the market, that plays a major setback to our varieties across the globe. So I request everyone through this talk that use cut flowers of which is grown in a natural way, and please avoid the plastic flowers, because this is our these kind of arrangements what we are doing are procuring these flowers will support the farmers directly involved in this business. And in that color, as I was mentioning, the Taj Mahal rose, red color, likewise for different patterns, different celebrations, color plays a major role. And suppose if you want to greet the Chennai Super Kings, if they win the 2021 IPL, and if you want to make a big arrangement for them, those celebrities that in the cricket of CSK team will be celebrated with yellow color flowers. Then people will be thronging to that yellow color flowers. Likewise, that color plays a major role in the consumption pattern. So then comes the size. Size of the flower is always matters. Rose, carnation, liliums, everyone, the size is standardized to the international standard, and people are looking for that size to that market. Then stem length means the stem should be very straight enough for that, so that it will have an easy arrangement. And volume. Volume means suppose a grower is taking a rose. If he's having a 500-meter square polygons and growing only some 1,000 stems in that polygons, then if there is an order for 1 lakh stem of red rose, where that individual will go? So that is the problem in cut flowers, where the volume is also a big issue. If I want 1 lakh flowers of red cut rose from India, where I will be looking into whether the Hosur florist could able to make it, or the Pune florist could able to make it. Likewise, volume plays a major role, and availability. So availability, so there will be a sudden demand for some flowers in international market. Where they will procure? They will immediately contacting the Netherlands. Netherlands people will have that auction center will have a key role of all the people involved in the business, and they'll be sourcing out. And based on the availability, the price and other things will also get varied. Then shelf life, keeping about the flowers. Then planting materials, which I was mentioning about the royalty and monopoly of some companies in that particular respective flowers plays a major setback, and that also play a major role in increasing the price or in cultivation aspect. Then financial support, NHB, APIDA, then PM Kisan schemes are making some good interventions in that. However, there is a big setback, as I can say, because I discussed with the people involved in the business. It has to be organized. It has to be organized, and there will be a proper output of this financial flow to the farmers, because this involved a high value money, especially when they go with cut flowers. Then the next is the supply chain management. Supply chain is a big thing, because whenever you go with supply chain management, starting from the planting material to the to the end user, it has to be kept in a proper temperature. For example, I was mentioning about liliums are grown in Ooty. Suppose if these liliums are to be reached to Delhi, in the transit time, it has to maintain with that proper temperature of less than 10 degrees C during the transport in a reefer van. That plays a major thing. A reefer van, a good road logistics, or through air shipment, or whatever may be, these major things are a very big lack now so far. And people are slowly building up in India this kind of supply chain management mechanism, wherein in Kenya and in Ecuador, Colombia, and in China, this supply chain management for cut flowers having a very good organized content, and especially the post harvest, and they are thriving well. And Indian farmers, growers are need to be sensitized, and the academicians are they have to develop a plan in such a way that this supply chain management could meet out the great demand for the future floriculture trade in cut flowers in India. And this is a very interesting slide which I put for you all. Here, brand. So whenever I have an iPhone, then that is a brand. So likewise, people devise their own brand for any kind of items they use. Whenever there is a big demand for cut flowers, even in a small wedding, people may prefer red gerbras, white gerbras. Why are going for rose colored gerbras? When people arrange the roses, they will look for different colors in roses. So likewise, color also one brand. But there are people who knows about the cut flowers, no, especially for big wedding programs. and there is a demand for brand items, especially there is one rose called cappuccino rose. As like cappuccino coffee, the rose will be in big brown color, and the edge will be having a frill of pink color. And likewise, David Austin breeding roses. These roses having some scented smell also more than 6 decades. They are into the business of roses. Where these roses, they have to depend upon some countries. See, Ecuador is one country. They are all monopoly in growing these David Austin roses because that roses are coming up very good in that particular area, and it's been exported to other countries through the flower auction center of Netherlands. So this is the way people are looking for brand. I heard from one of my stakeholders, he was telling that for a recent wedding at Ambani's house, they were looking for David Austin roses, especially they are looking for the roses, and they are looking for the cappuccino roses. Likewise, delphiniums. So people have to depend on different countries to procure that and to bring it to the India for these weddings. People may not know there is a big business, crores and crores of business are revolving around that. Who is taking care of all the things? There are some Indian farmers and Indian traders are making it out. So we have to look for the brand, and everyone who are all interested in growing this particular thing, they have to sensitize with that. Then likewise breeders, Anthura, then continental breeders, then interplant breeders. There are many key breeders, as like our universities, our Indian agriculture universities, there are key breeders are also there for cut flowers. So they are very, very monopoly, and every year they are devising a new variety to the floriculture market, wherein these breeders plays a major role in determining the price of that particular variety in that market, and they are pushing that alone in all the nook and corners of the market through Netherlands. So for that reason, those people who are all ready to buy that, they have to depend on these breeders only and their varieties only. Another important thing is the countries connect. See, almost 18 to 20 countries are making these cutlass and sending to Netherlands, and it's being distributed across the globe. And India is one such country importing these flowers for occasions. So whenever these people are getting the flowers, it is a very interesting story that from Kenya, all around the year you can get roses. Then for tulip, when you want to procure tulip, there is a film called Onion wherein they have shown the beautiful tulip or garden. So tulips are mechanically harvested. Yeah, this point I just forgot to tell. Whenever we say about loose flowers and cut flowers, especially in loose flowers, especially in jasmine, marigold, till now there is a huge quantum of labor source are involved in that to pick the flowers. So if these are all mechanized, as like the tulip flowers and other flowers which is been harvested from the open field. So I am just opening it up to all those who are all interested to devise any new kind of idea for the flower picking, especially for loose flowers. Our incubation center at Periyakulam is ready to support you. We can have a collaboration with us. We shall bring people to you because this is the need of the our in the cut flower industry. Okay, and coming to the point in tulips. In open field, it could be very well grown in summer, but in winter, where snowfall is there, where tulips could be grown, it could be grown in the polyhouse or in the greenhouse in European countries. Such tulips, when it's grown in open, it will be less price, and when it is grown in protected cultivation, it will be costing more. I'm happy that one of my good friends and my classmate, Mr. Chalaya, the director of New Delhi Municipal Council, he has brought tulips to the common man in the Delhi landscaping. The entire city landscaping of Delhi, which has witnessed last year and this year, and especially it was a great blessing for the Delhi people to witness those tulips on the roadside gardens. I thank Mr. Chalaya for making it to every one of our Indian citizens at Delhi. So such a way, tulips are a major thing. It could be grown outside also. That depends. And orchids are from Thailand, and chrysanthemums are from Kenya, Cameroon Islands from Malaysia. Then hydrangea is one such crop. Uh, I was discussing with Selvam sir also, and my personal thinking is also hydrangea is having a very great demand in Japan. This is a very common wheat crop in Ooty and Kodaikanal where it's grown in open area around the year, but it has not been picked up its market till now. People are not looking for that, and people are importing the hydrangeas from New Zealand and Holland, and especially summer. It is a summer crop in New Zealand. And for winter, they are procuring the hydrangeas from Holland. See, but in Tamil Nadu, in Ooty and Kodaikanal hills, these hydrangeas are available all around the year. So no one has exploit that to bring that as a cut flower. So this is our responsibility, who are maybe the growers or the academicians. We have to connect these kind of items and make our floriculture industry flourish across. Likewise, peonies. Peonies are one such flowers having a great demand. See, especially when South African flower market fails, then there is a great boost for Indian flower market, especially for cut flowers, to export the flowers to the Netherlands. So these are the items we have to make and connect with that Israel, New Zealand, Colombia, Ecuador. See, everywhere these flowers are commonly grown. And fortunate, our Indian subcontinent is having a huge potential to produce all the flowers in India. We have a different climatic pattern in different corners, but the one thing is that high-tech practices should be sensitized, and people here, the growers, academicians, or compulsorily they must have an exposure visit to all the places, and they should understand what is happening in the business. And if they really bring it to the table, then our floriculture farmers will be in the cloud nine to enjoy this kind of floriculture sector as like in Netherlands. And as I was mentioning about time, day, and price, every 1 hour there are different online trading sites. Every 1 hour the price has been determined in the Netherlands auction. Please, there is an Alsmeer auction I was mentioning. This is the 4,000 mile flowers delivery. You just imagine, whatever the flowers grows, it goes to the Alsmeer auction center at Netherlands. You see how the corporate pattern is revolving around, and every 1 hour the time is getting changed. So that is one thing. Then another promising, interesting thing is the wedding and destination wedding. I was mentioning about the Kohli's wedding and celebrities wedding of Ambani. And there are key Indian celebrities, Indian high-class people, or the people from different countries. They want to celebrate their wedding in other country. For example, if one Indian family is wanted to celebrate their wedding in Dubai, then that is called the destination wedding, and that they will spend lavishly for this wedding. So there is a big demand for destination wedding. This is a recent trending, and this is also one of the cornerstones in this floriculture business. Then business legacy. See, this is one important thing. See, uh, legacy of enjoying their own business is very important. I must mention one of my good students, Mr. Imran Khan, and from Black Tulips, and Mr. Ali from Black Tulips, who are always give some inputs to me about the flower business across the globe. So Imran Khan, the owner of that particular Black Tulips, she has brought big legacy to this company by just bringing their own people into that business. And we have to thank their forefathers, those who have made this possible for the Indian subcontinent. See, Black Tulips is one company where they have their ancestral origin from Tanjavur of Tamil Nadu. Now they are one of the key people in international global market in Netherlands. See, we have to proud that the business legacy is continuing. So this must be get spread in different families. I wanted to say this. Many people ask like, see, the traditional rice grower, traditional coffee grower, likewise a traditional flower grower must be should be there in the future thing, so that our Indian floriculture trade will go big. And this is an important point, that Indian festivals and ceremonies and global festivals and ceremonies. Who will purchase my flower? Who will buy my flowers? I grow flowers. Who will buy my flowers? See, there is a great demand for all the festivals and ceremonies, Indian and global level. Chrysanthemum Day, I was mentioning Chrysanthemum Day, wherein all the chrysanthemums grown across the globe are sent to Japan. So we have to target that. As like we are targeting the uh, Onam festival of Kerala in India, wherein all the loose flowers have been targeted to that, wherein the flower will be in great demand and the price will be in great demand. Likewise, Valentine's Day, other All Saints Day, Christmas. See, there is one day called Rose Day. We know Valentine's Day, Rose Day is being celebrated on February 7 of every year to start the week of Valentine. From that onwards, 1 week Valentine's week, roses will be in very good demand in European and in American markets, wherein roses from China, roses from Ecuador, roses from Kenya, and roses from Tamil Nadu, Hosur, Pune. So this plays a major role in the global festivals. So there is a big, based on the days of importance. And if you browse and see, every country is having a unique way of spending. For example, if you take the Middle East country, Valentine's Day is celebrated in UAE, wherein it is not been celebrated in Qatar, Oman, and Saudi Arabia, wherein they are very specialized in Mother Day, which is supposed to come, and people are looking for the flowers during that particular occasion. So around the year, there is a good demand for loose flowers and cut flowers different on occasions, and our people have to be sensitized in such a way to make it possible and to make it in a very good business based on the demand and price, as I mentioned in the days of importance. We have only open markets. We have only roadside markets. When I was discussing with Mr. Shiv Prasad, he was telling, sir, we don't have harvest market. Sir, all the flowers are whatever the conditions we grown. Everything has been put out to the roadside only. See, India is such a country where the food, uh, fruits, vegetable flowers are being sold in the roadside, and other material like shoes and other thing will have a comfortable AC room selling. So this is so this setup should get changed. There is a great exposure should happen in India. This see where in the supermarkets of UK and Kenya in Flamingo, you just browse and see Flamingo, IPL of Kenya, Tesco of UK. Tesco of UK, they are placing a major online flower market. See, I can make an arrangement from Tesco to receive the flowers from UK to here. Any number of flowers, any quantum of flowers, any varieties of flowers, or any flower of to my choice. So likewise in Netherlands, there are Albergian, that is a Dutch term. So these supermarkets, see, these kind of supermarkets concept should flourish in India maybe in another 5 years, so that our Indian floriculture market will be having a very big competition in the national level. Because you see, whenever we are importing the flowers to India, there is the duty tax of 67%. This is what I understood. Yeah, high tax for when we compare with the other thing, which is not more than 20% or 25%. Flowers and these kind of, especially cut flowers, are having imported with 67% of duty. It means government of India is supporting the Indian farmers to grow flowers for their own way. But when there is a demand for this kind of quality stem flowers and from exotic flowers, they are, and there is a demand and people are importing and they are paying a huge amount. See, I request everyone, those who are listening to this, you just spread a message or you just have it in your mind that when Indian citizens are ready to take up the flower business, I mean the cut flower business and loose flower business in an organized pattern, depending on the global market demand and price, then our supermarkets will be the very big competitive markets than the Flamingo. So this is my dream to bring these kind of issues in our Indian subcontinent. And likewise, see, our farmers, our growers, our academicians, especially. So, government of India, I request the government of India through this talk, uh, every floriculture scientist involved in this kind of activity, they have to be form a team along with the government officials or government organizations, NHB, APIDA involved in that. They have to be in a group. Whenever there is a floriculture expo is there, as like the flower show of Ooty flower show. So in these kind of flower shows, what will happen now? So in these expos, any new varieties will be introduced. So these kind of new varieties will bring the traders to grow these varieties. Any new varieties from breeders, it will be introduced in that. Every year it will happen. And this IFTEX, that is International Floral Trade Expo of Kenya, happens to be in June, every June at Nairobi, and this time they have postponed it to the next year because of COVID. And Proflora of Colombia, that used to happen in the October month of every year. Then International Flori Trade Fair. See, again I have to thank Dr. Jawaharlal, the then floriculture head and present director of extension education of TNU. So he was the person who impressed me, and he has gone to this IFTF in 2008 or 9, I hope so, and he has brought many ideas to me. See, whatever the things which I imbibed, which I shown interest, passion to floriculture, is it's a the thing which happened because of him in me. So this kind of expo, when he visited and I shown the photographs, till 11 years gone, but we could not able to make it in a big way. So I have to thank the key people, those who are supported us to understand this. So these kind of expo, our people have to attend and the growers have to attend. They have to sensitize in such a way to be able to bring big change in Indian floriculture market. And this is a very common thing. Maybe I have discussed elaborately in other slides. These are the plethora of challenges, especially the production quality, which is a required demand in global market. Then premium varieties. This is a problem. Premium varieties are not coming to India because of the royalty problem. Definitely, this has to be put up to the government through academicians or the academic institutes or to the other organizations, the government of India, so that the farmers may be interested in bringing those varieties. But it is a very tedious task for them to bring these varieties because of the royalty and other things. Carnation has been spread across, but the new varieties, new flowers, this has to be brought in India. So very few handful of people are able to make it, but in spite of that, they are spending a lot. So these premium varieties, with the support of government of India, it has to reach our Indian market for growing and for business. Then only it will be a big thing for our Indian floriculture industry. Then quality consultants and technical consultants. The third one is quality consultant, and the last one is technical consultant. There is a big demand for that. Okay, if I grow, who will support us? I know KF Bioplants, Rise and Shine. They are doing a good thing in Pune based, and they have people of their own team who, wherever they produce, wherever they supply the planting material, they are making all the A to Z of concepts for them, and they are making business for them. So I feel that this kind of thing should reach to every people, and there must be some quality technical consultants from the academic institute also, so that this could be translated to many people, and people those who are involved in the flower business, they can use this opportunity. Then we have discussed about sales and market infrastructure, logistics, then wholesalers, retailers, whatever. This shipment and certification, yeah, this is also one of the key issues in Indian global market, wherein it's a very difficult job to transit the flowers or import the flowers or export the flowers, wherein certification is very important. Phytosanitary certificate is very important because, see, these are all highly perishable items. Once the certificate is issued that the product is received at the airport and it has been reached to the client who wants to spread to the customers, that must be happen within a 6 hours time, and the entire lot, the entire process should get completed in 10 hours time, so that those flowers could be immediately, it could be sold, or it could be retained between a 2 and 8 degrees centigrade in refrigerated condition or in cold chambers, and it could able to, they could able to make it in a 7 days time to sell it. So this certification process along with supply chain and price behavior is very important. And when I say about price behavior, when there is a starting of season, price will increase. When there is a peak demand, price will decrease because everyone will flow their product. When there is an end of the season, price will increase. So these kind of things have to be taken care of. Then credit term and assignment, see, normally what will happen, if it is a domestic transition, they will get the payment in a week time. If it is a global transition, it is a matter of 30 days time. But no papers have been generated so far by any grower to make this as a term. Only by the way of trust, by their voice and other things, through friendship only, these things are happening in India, and this has to be legally organized so that the future uh, market of the floriculture sector will be in a very big way. And before I conclude, there is this one of the key things which I wanted to make it connecting the dots of Indian floriculture trade in combination with global floriculture trade. Say always there is a demand for flowers. That is a key thing. So that is the key to success in flower growing. And especially the Middle East is a very supportive market for us. So the NHP director from the former side, Mr. Shiva Prasad, was expressing his view that the team of people, those who are involved in floriculture, they are looking for a flower board to be done as like coffee board, tea board. They are willing to make it through NHB, and they are discussing with the government. And if it really happens, the flower board, which could able to make this kind of a commodity in a very big thing, because commodity market, especially under the Ministry of Commerce, when it has been organized in a very pakka pattern, then India will be a very keen market or a very keen producer, very big business legend in floriculture in the nearby future. And also the minimum support price, which is also a great thing happening, this kind of discussion, and Indian subcontinent issues are happening. Whether flowers are having minimum support price, that are also to be discussed, and that should be a promising support from the government side. So this kind of sector could be taken up in a very big way, and government of India policies are to be in such a way, and automation, then greenhouse technology, because whenever Israel is making something new, people are trying here. Whether it is being domesticated in Indian subcontinent for the particular growing of the flower, that has to be standardized. That is one of the key issues. Then exposure visit, which I'm mentioning. Then gender dimension. See, this is one of the key things when mechanization happen, and many gender dimension, mostly the women folks are being involved in this. If it's a mechanized one, then they could be able to, with the support, they could be able to make quality stems, and they could be trained, and that will be a good revenue generation. That could be able to, we can generate employment opportunities. So a lot of things are there when you connect the global floriculture to rebuild the Indian floriculture. So when you really connect the dots, this commercial floriculture will be a great thing, and its prospects are huge. So with this, I thank the agricultureinformation.com for providing me an opportunity. I thank Mrs. Vijayalakshmi, Mrs. Dhanalakshmi of those team for orienting me to this particular talk. And I also thank Mr. Shiv Prasad who has put my name into this domain for bringing a lecture like this. And I also thank the Black Tulips team, Mr. Imran Khan, Mr. Ali, and I also thank the DFR, the Directorate of Floriculture Research, one of the key institutes in India, where they are supporting a lot. I thank the director and Dr. Kadam for supporting me with some information to make this presentation to happen. And I also thank Mr. Vasantan, the incubation CEO of Periyakulam, and all my friends for making it possible. If any clarification, you can reach it to me, to my mail ID and through my WhatsApp. And now this session is open for discussion. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Subesh, for an excellent and interesting presentation. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We have time only for a few questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now, may Dr. Subesh, can you please stop sharing the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, participants, any questions, please?
Sir, what I have to do to stop that?
That's okay. It's okay now. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, please.
Participants, any questions, please? Any questions? Please indicate your willingness by putting on your mic for a few seconds. Yes, Mr.
Yes,
R.A. Yes,
yes,
Mr.
sir.
Please go ahead.
Lakshmipati, sir, please.
Mr. Parmati to ask the first question. Mr. Parmati, you are ready with your question? Maybe he's taking time. Mr. R.A., who is it? Mr. Ra. Please ask your question. Your mic is on.
Yes, Mr. Suresh, thanks for the wonderful session.
You,
you have any customers in Hyderabad region who is cultivating flowers in mass scale?
Sir, you are from Hyderabad?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So I'll give a connect with the college of, I mean, the University of Horticulture Sciences there, Vice Horticulture University, which is right now at Andhra Pradesh. Those are taking a key lead in this. And I shall connect you with the scientists there. You can give a mail to me about your requirement so that I can bring people, those who are involved in this business in and around Hyderabad. And roses are being grown recent times, and other flowers in cultivations also being grown. And let me get the connection and update you. And Dr. Janakiram, the Vice Chancellor of Vice Horticulture University, one of the key persons in Indian floriculture sector as a key academician. So I hope he could be able to devise many things for us in that particular state, especially in Andhra and Telangana, in Hyderabad also. So I'll get the support from him, and I'll update you, sir. Yes. You put a mail to me, sir. I shall update you. Thank you.
Yeah. How does economics work for this rose cultivation in this area?
Sir, that depends, sir. For example, I'll just give you an example of Hosur, wherein earlier people, they are in scattered way, they started implying the polyhouse cultivation, and they're doing. Then Tamil Nadu government under Tamil Nadu Horticulture Development Agency, they developed a tan flora concept, wherein they have integrated many farmers and they brought into the business, and they have grown especially one particular variety targeting the Valentine's Day, and people have brought down a good income out of that. So when you go with an individual, this is a big problem, or else when you go as a team and if you're making a regular quantum of stems based on the demand, then the cost of economy is very good, sir. And in the NABARD, if you browse and see that in net about the cost of cultivation for any cut roses, cut chrysanthemum, or in any flowers, there is a cost of cultivation practices starting from the procuring of the land, construction, and for the planting materials and up to selling. They devised a beautiful setup of the working of the cost economics. You can refer it, sir. And anything you want to clarify, you can share with me. That also I shall clarify, sir.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from Mr. Parmati.
Yeah, sir. Good afternoon, sir. It's a very good, nice presentation, doctor.
Thank you, sir. Thank
It's
you.
I am growing the tuberose.
Fine,
The
sir.
rate is very fluctuating here. Local market, loose flower market,
Where, sir?
local market.
Sir? Where, sir?
Kadalur, Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Kadalur.
Solung, sir. Solung, sir.
Yeah. Say, I want to switch over to jasmine because it has very good remuneration. So, what type of jasmine I can go for? Where can
Sir,
I
you
get the
can go.
breeding material?
Okay, sir. You can contact our Department of Floriculture and Landscaping at Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore, sir. Okay. And
Okay.
yes, sir. You can write that flowers at tniu.ac.in. You can contact that flowers at tniu.ac.in. You can they will respond to you. Dr. Rajamani sir is there. He is the head of that particular department. And also, people are getting the materials from the farmer side of Ramanathapuram, wherein the pure Gundamali rooted cuttings are available. That you can take it out and you can take it to the department officials also. And I have given my mail ID and number. You can contact me. Any support if you could not able to get it, I shall channelize the things for you, sir. Kandipa Panala, you can able to make it, sir. Panala, sir.
So, okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Mr. Ajit Chowdhury, you have a question? You had put on your mic for some time.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, sir, I'm getting
Mr.
it, please.
Ajit Chowdhury.
Basically, I'm from Maharashtra, sir.
No, your volume is very, very low, Mr. Ajit. Please increase your volume.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
No,
sir, I'm
still
getting him.
people.
Sir, I'm getting him. I'm getting
You
him,
are
please.
able to hear him. Okay, go ahead. Mr. Ajit, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to actually, basically, I'm from Maharashtra. I want to know, actually, I want to go for a cut flower that to be with the orchid or anthurium. But unfortunately, what happens here, even if we go for any type of flower, there is subsidy or what this thing, because National Horticulture Mission and National NHM both are here in Maharashtra. But for that, actually, they have said that whether we go for gerbera, carnation, dust rose, or orchid, irrespective of flower, their subsidy, all these things are fixed. But you know, sir, you are aware that actually for orchids, expenses are more because itself is that seedling itself is very costly. Then can you guide me to how to proceed, sir?
Sir, I wanted to share one case study which I observed. When orchid dendrobium orchids were introduced in Tamil Nadu, there is one place called Valaja nearby Chennai wherein they received a good humidity and it has been identified as the orchid growing spot. That happened in 1998, 2000 at the time. But after that, no people could able to make it as a good profit because no one know the proper technology out of that and where they could able to sell the cuttings. That is the important thing. See, the stems in orchids, Thailand market is a key market, competitive market across the globe, wherein the production cost is very less and they are pushing their stems into India. So this particular organization, which has startup growing these orchids, they could not able to compete with the international market or the price in India for their production cost is more than the selling price. So this has happened and they have dropped that. But naturally, Kerala is one such spot, and there is another spot nearby Thali in Hosur nearby in Tamil Nadu. These spots are very good, fortunately for orchid and anthurium cultivation, especially in anthurium. Thali is good, orchid, Kerala is good. These particular spots of that high humidity and the climatic condition favors that. For that reason, the quality stems in anthurium orchids are very important. One thing we have to compete with the market price of Thailand, which are flowers are coming into India. From Sri Lanka, orchids are coming into India. That is a big thing. So I advise you not to go to orchid at the time because you cannot able to generate volume. But however, as suggested by your own state, where gerbera and carnation, gerbera, there is a regular demand for gerberas, and gerberas are coming up very good in Maharashtrian region, and especially the Pune in and around rain shadow region. So better you go with gerbera, sir, so that a common subsidy would have been arrived for the crop, since it has been grown by many farmers there. So I suggest you go with those crops, or in any clarification, whatever the technical or in any guidance, you can directly mail to me. Whatever I could able to channelize for you, I'll make it for you, sir. Ajay sir, are you?
Very thanks for your nice guidance, sir. Actually, what happens now? We have a lot of greenhouses here. Everybody is going for the gerbera only. So they only suggested to because in this pandemic, when pandemic is over, because of the people were not getting the flowers, especially from the what you said, they said Thailand, all those things, because of some restriction. So there was a huge demand. That is what I heard from the flower traders. So they suggested. So I mean, it may be wrong, because you are just suggesting, because even when
my point is, this is a small stagnation happened in Indian market, not only for flowers, for all. I have seen during the COVID time and COVID crunch, what happened. No, the gerberas which were grown in Maharashtra and other places, they were dumped to the yard, and there is a big loss for the people, for those who have grown gerbera. That everyone knows. And another thing is, if you are going up with the orchids, the volume is very meager. We will be producing. For gerbera, see, the huge volume is there. So this situation will get saturated in a matter of year time, sir. So whatever the flowers could able to come to your particular region, you please concentrate on that. Don't try to make experiment, because this involves a high price in production. So that if you want to do this kind of business, you just connect with the people, those who are into orchid business in different states, get the stems, and you just give it to the customers. Everyone is now in online. You can make it possible. So you need revenue out of that in flower business. Why should you go for production alone in orchids? Why don't you do this kind of market, and you can able to generate amount of money out of that? So this is one of my simple some suggestions for you, sir. Please.
That is also a nice suggestion. Anyhow, I want much of your time. After this webinar, I will contact you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Please.
Thank you. Any other questions, participants? All right, that is all we have for now. I like to thank Dr. C. Subesh Ranjith Kumar on behalf of Agriculture Information for taking his time to speak with us with an excellent presentation. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajini Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I like to thank the speaker, Dr. Subesh Ranjith Kumar, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you. Thank you all.
You're welcome, sir.